Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Here we go again. How's everybody doing? Tell you these markets are something else. So we had a nice little trade to the upside. We corrected inventory, and now price is above yesterday's close. Most of the Globex session, price was underneath yesterday's close. So market profile people say that inventory is short. So when inventory is short, it means the bulk of the trading is underneath yesterday's close. Now we're above yesterday's close, and there's a chunk of supply right here. We'll zero in on it in the next chart. That's why we're kind of held up at 74.66. Our high was 74.67. I'm kind of expecting back and forth. We're still inside the previous day's range, and we are also inside the previous days. Well, not really the value area, but we're close. Just get this thing in the right spot. So you can see we've got a very clear kind of 3-day balance going here, right? So we have the liquidating inventory from above, right? We've got all these people trapped long over 7,500. We've got the gap that we have not filled, right? So we do have selling pressure coming in. And if you can see, check out the profile shapes. They've kind of been chunky B profiles. So we are collecting inventory that's falling in, but we need to see if we can hold 7,400, 7,406, and 73.91, because really that's right the zone we're in right now. So tomorrow's a Fed day. Let's see what happens. For some weird reason, I was watching Bloomberg TV. I think I put it on and I forgot to change the channel. And they were blathering on about something that they might actually raise rates, which could be interesting. Now, I don't know how true that is, but we shall see. We shall see. Anyway, I took one trade, basically one trade this morning, and then I was working on some stuff, so I never really got a chance to trade much later. Let's see how RTH goes. The overnight point of control, which is a fancier way of saying where your inventory is priced for the session. That's what this whole value area that is used to describe where your inventory is priced for that session, right? Frankly, Raj, I put it on and I forgot to turn it off. And for some reason, I didn't even hear them. All I heard was something about a rate hike. So I thought that was funny. what's classed as overnight? Good question, my friend. Overnight is 6 p.m. New York time to 9:30 New York time. So that is the overnight, or what they call the Globex session. RTH is 9:30 New York time, and I use the 5 p.m. close because a lot of people use 4 or that kind of thing. I like the last hour of trading to see where they hit all the cookies. So those are the two sessions. This is what they call the Globex session or the overnight session, and this is what they call regular trading hours, RTH. Hey Christian, how you doing? So this is that area I was talking about. There's an area of supply that we had on the way down from 73 to 62, and we got up to 67, and we're seeing some resistance right now. No problem, Indy. If you are tempted to be short, and I know a lot of people are, if you're tempted to short this thing back down to the close, let me show you where your stops are. So really, basically, your stops are here. If we get above 62, then you got to be careful, right? So we have sellers at 62, and then they drop down to 61, then they drop down here to 59. I'd be looking for bids somewhere here. Bingo. That's where you're going to be looking for bids. And I would say if you want to be cheap, use 61, 61, 62 as a stop if you're shorting here. And your lookout offer, right? The place where you're looking to see, like, so if you're short 57, 57 and a half, I would put an offer here, maybe at 59 and a quarter, right? So say you're short here. If that order gets tripped, see, look how they sold right in there. Everybody see that? I tell you, these 1 minute charts are beautiful. Did you guys see how the seller stepped in a tick before where I drew that line? So if you're short, you can stay short, right? You can stay short, and if it takes out 59 and a quarter, have a buy order at 59 and a quarter. If that buy order gets tripped, then you know you're going to have to cover. But if you're shorting this, now they're going to come up on here, right? Always in the pre-market auction, they always try and sucker some people into buying expensive product. Think of it like they're trying to get people who are really eager. So they take price up, nail them, and then the price drops. Now that seller has moved to 57. So, you're short. Those bids are right here between 53 and 54 half. We need the market to break that lower level. Sorry about that, guys. So if we start taking out 57 and 3/4, 58, and you're short, you know you're in a bit of trouble. Okay? Make sense? These are really important clues. You're right, Christian. Those clues will save you a lot of money. They'll really save you a lot of money. On the half-hour chart, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a look above and fail of 74.55. There we go. So you're short 56, 55, and I'm covering him here at 52, and I'm flat right before the open. See? That's how you short. And I wanted to take back that short before the open, just in case, right? And that's what we're looking for, right? The trade is look above 74.55, fail. Target will be here, 74.47 and then 44. Hey, George. Folks in the room, are you following this? Is it helpful? These are the mechanics of trading. It works on every time frame. Where is my VWAP? 74.41. So it's completely useless right now. So if we break 74.48, look and see if we can break 45 and then come down and tickle VWAP at 41. This will work in every single time frame. I'm not a genius, Indy. This is old school trading. This is how they did it in the old days. It's the cheapest way to, because you don't have to buy expensive software, right? So here we go. The entry on that short was 50. I was short 55 and change against the 57s. I just saw a seller, right? When you see a seller and the seller is moving down, you can stay short. If that seller starts to raise their offer, you don't want to be short. It's really simple. You guys won't believe me until you do it yourself and practice it. And you'll be like, "Holy crap. I've been memorizing candle patterns for the last 5 years and not making any money." Now I'm looking for a touch of 74.44. That's the middle of the zone on my half-hour candle. And if we break that, remember this thing is very rotational like it was yesterday. If we can't stay above VWAP, there's going to be a little bid there. If we don't bounce off of VWAP and it keeps selling, right, then you're looking for the 32s, okay? We'd be happy to have you. Indy, also, we have a free trial. If you guys want to come in the room and give it a shot, Steve's doing a free trial today at Trading Syndicate. So give it a shot. See if you like it. There's a few little bids here at VWAP. Remember, if you are going long, you're going to have sellers at 46, 47, right? I think this is a two-sided market. I think we're in a two-sided market. Right. If you are a seller in the 38, 39s, if it gets above VWAP, that's where you're going to be nervous, right? So if it pulls itself up over the top of that candle, right? That's like they say in Top Gun, that's your danger zone, right? Now the next candle is going to open in 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Watch. Boom. We need the seller to come and push down. See? See how it's getting to, oh, good. Come on. We need an aggressive seller at 41, 42. Come on. Don't be a little. There we go. Make sure you have your bids in if you're short up here, because, and if it takes out that level and starts trading 44, 45, be careful if you're short. This is a really simple way, because everybody likes to short in perfect trade location. A lot of times, if you are short at the bottom, it happens, right? It happens. It will happen. That is life. You screw up. That way you can cover quickly if you can see the offers lifting. The only reason why I was thinking short is because we broke 44 and I saw a seller, and I'm seeing sellers. Seller for 3 minutes, right? So if you're hitting the VWAPs, right, and you're bidding, so you sell VWAP at 41, 42, and you put a 39, 38 bid in and see if you can buy some back. If you can't, you can scratch it, right? I'm just saying a lot of people get trapped at the bottom, right? And that happens, right? And if you do, this is how you manage your way out of it so you don't panic, right? You've got your seller. This is where you can work. If it starts getting too hairy, you can start cutting contracts, right? That's why, Grain Monk, right? If you're long, that's beautiful, because I scratched the short. I bought back one out of my 2 contracts and then I scratched it because I saw the bid at 39. So I went and scratched. Great trade. Well done. Now let's see if we can get a look below and fail of 45. And we can buy the 45s. Wait till it clears this white line. And when it does, you can take it, and you know there's going to be a seller at 51, 52. So throw your offers out. Make sure you get out. Nice trade. I was frankly looking for more selling. It's okay to be wrong. Just be wrong quick. Don't be stubborn about it. Right? Give it some time here and see if it holds 44, 45. It's going to flush back down. See the bid. As soon as that offer finds the bid, it'll lift. Right? So now we know we have our sellers here at 48. Aggressive seller too. I hope you got out, Grain Monk. Yeah, we want to keep it as simple as possible, China Pug. Definitely. Sellers at 45 quarter. Nice work. I like trading Globex. I like trading Globex and making a little money before the open because then you don't feel as pushed and as, you know, yeah, I agree. It takes the pressure off, because a lot of traders, they come out of the open like racehorses, right? And that's the short I was looking for. I was looking to short the 42s and cover the 39s. I got it on one contract, but I didn't cover the second one as quickly as I should have. Let's see if these bids here at 38, 39, let's see if they hold. That's always nice. So if that 39 bid holds, we might have some two-way between 38 and 48. Let's see. Tomorrow is a Fed day, so I'm not expecting really crazy things unless we get a tweet or some sort of war stuff starts happening. If 38 breaks, I'm looking for bids at 32 here. And if I haven't taken anything yet, I'll take a look below and fail of 74.32. That's the short I was looking for. All right, I was too early, too quick. That's okay. Now what you do is you course correct, right? I like to use my stop outs to tell me what I'm doing wrong. Am I trading too early? In that case, I was. I jumped the gun. So I'm looking for 33, 32, that area. A look below and fail of that. Oh, don't do that to me. Okay, I jumped the gun a little bit and I bought some at 37 with the 36 stop. I'm just selling them here in the 39s and the 40s. That's enough for now. There we go. Still looking for 32, 33. If we lose this bid here, I'm looking for lower. Guys in the room, you go okay? Everyone still breathing? Just checking. This week, the last 2 days, and I have to admit I haven't really put in the work. I've been trading kind of trading lazy, which is something you want to kind of avoid in a market like this. Exactly. You're very right, Grain Monk. Very true on that. Now let's see if we get a look below and fail of 32. Not yet. If that doesn't happen, I'm looking for 26. It seems in this market we're looking at the edges, at the raw edges of this thing. I like it much better when it's calmer. I like boring trading. These big candles are tough to manage. It's kind of like surfing big waves. I don't need to be excited when making money, right? If I want excitement, I can go and borrow somebody's motorcycle, right? Let's see if we hold the overnight. Oh, Jesus. Do you guys notice that yesterday and today we had the same kind of thing? Big, big, massive candles, right? It's like everyone's hitting it all at the same time. And it's just huge that way. Let's see. I like this kind of price action when I'm really tuned in, right? If I'm not tuned in, if I'm missing stuff, right? I don't like this kind of price action because mistakes get really expensive, right? I bought a little at 27 and I'm selling them at 28 and a half, just to see if my brain's working, right? I'll wait for the next candle. Yesterday I was not trading well, so I just traded a few micros and then I stopped because I didn't have the. Sometimes you got to be honest with yourself, you know. You're like, am I really doing this well, or am I just kind of screwing around? And if I'm screwing around, I can lose a lot of money really, really quickly, right? Yesterday was like that. Today I'm a little better. I'm still not the way I was last week. I was in the zone, man. Last week I was cooking with gas. This week I'm like a step off. Yesterday I was 2 steps. Now I'm like 1.5 steps off. But I'm still not executing like I was last week, right? The agenda of the market has changed because we have a Fed meeting tomorrow. We have month end coming up and some heavy earnings, right? So I don't know. I'm a big believer in being honest with yourself. Right? Sometimes you trade really well and that's cool. And then sometimes you trade like crap. And when you're trading like crap, don't trade size. You feel me? You guys understand what I'm saying? That's the most important use of trading psychology you can use. That is trading psychology that's practical. Because what's the point of going to a trading psychologist after you've blown up 25 accounts? By that time, you should be looking for something else to do, right? If you've blown up 15, 20 accounts, this is not for you, right? Because you don't know how to control risk. So go do something else. But let's use trading psychology before, right? Before like financial Armageddon, right? Like if you know you're not feeling well, if you know that you're trading badly, don't add size. Just be honest with yourself and take the morning off, right? What's the point? It's not like you have clients that are asking for execution and you have to be there. You're trading your own money, right? It's much better. It's much better to use trading psychology in a practical way than after you've driven the car off a cliff and going, oh, now I need a psychologist. I don't know, man. It's really not worth it. Exactly, in a new car, right, Sergio? Alrighty. So I missed the short. I missed the short like a lookout block in football. So I'm going to wait for a long. And if I don't get one, no sense in me taking a trade until I smarten up. Big green candle, look to see where they sell into it. Okay. You're going to use 90% of your energy figuring out where the seller is. If we clear that seller, leaping lizards, look at this. Look at the size of that candle. 15 to 27.30. Look at that. 15 points in 1 minute. Still has 7 seconds left in this crazy thing. Check it out. What happens, Tristan, is you get a big group of sell orders. When those sell orders are done, that's it, man. Right? These sell orders take the market down here. Once those orders are done, that piece of business is completed. That's why I hate the term unfinished business and unfinished auction. There's such bullshit. Because guess what? The sell orders are done. If the sell orders were done, why are we at 32 when the selling stopped at 18? It's freaking common sense. You know what I mean? So that's why they use terms like unfinished business, unfinished auctions, which is all BS. Because once the sell order is done, the market rotates up to find sellers. That's commerce. It's not freaking rocket science. Right? Oh, sorry. By the way, I'm long 28, selling 34, selling 35, selling 36. I've got them offered at 38. Let's see. Do they take them? They took one at 37 3/4. Look at it go. My goodness. And we're flat at VWAP. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Finally, I got it together. Whew. Oh, I felt like an idiot for the last 2 days. I was just missing obvious trades. And I finally got it together. And I bought the 28s, the 29s, and flipped them out. And now I'm done for the day. You've got to have the drama. And I will thank the goddess of order flow for those 2 big green candles. Jesus. Look at that. And it's coming right back. That's why I don't hold it, right? Unfinished business. Unfinished business means you need to eat some prunes or have some Metamucil. What made it do at 74.17 and then just take back off again, off green? Oh, just the sell orders ended. Boom. So say there's 5,000 for sale here. 4, 3, 2. The market maker takes the last 1,000 in pro. Boom. Hello. Where's Badir? Badir is working on a piece of software that puts the retail trader in the wholesaler's seat and so they can experience what it's like to trade size. See, you can trade size on the simulator, but it's not at all realistic because you're not the only size seller. The concept of competition, look at this. Back to VWAP. Jeez. Now we're going to go sideways a little bit. Just like when you pull back a rubber band and it snaps. Now it's going to kind of like slow down a bit until the next piece of software comes in. Well, the market making software was called NASDAQ Level 3, Tristan. And the market makers would have to physically type in their orders, right? There was no like mouse. Well, there was a mouse, but so the guys who could type really fast were the faster traders. It was pretty funny. Right now, folks, I'm just going to let this thing settle down a little bit. If we can't get back underneath 28, look for a touch back up to the 38 area where VWAP is. If we get back under 28, we'll be looking for 26, and then we're going to test that 22 bid. The price action is quick, Jimmy. Now, do you know, Jimmy, why I keep bugging you to focus on practicing your execution? Right? I sound like a broken record. You keep asking me questions, and I keep saying, execution, execution. Are you doing your exercises? That's why. Remember what I told you guys months ago, that this market was going to be like this, and here it is. Did you prepare? Right? You know, you have to stay focused, right? You know, we told you this was coming months ago. I told you this market was going to be like this. Indy, this is what we focus on execution. Tomorrow we will have an execution class at 11 a.m. in the room. There will be a Zoom link provided. Every Wednesday we do an execution class. Execution, something that everybody has to work on. Let me be completely honest with you. Yesterday, my execution sucked. It sucked. It was brutal. I was moving like the guy in the movie Remo Williams says. Yesterday, I moved like pregnant yak. Right? So I had to work on it. Is there a reason why the opening range gets so much attention? It's just when that's the most liquidity, Sergio. So that's when the larger players get. If you need to move 5,000 contracts, right? That's, think of the open and the close. Pretend you're an alligator and it's the watering hole. And that's when all the antelopes come to drink water. So you just jump out of the water grab one of them and drag them back under, right? If you want to look at gold and oil, okay. Oil, I don't. Where the hell's my oil chart? Okay, you're right. Okay, let's see. Where's oil? Oil. No, this is gold. Okay, so Deuce, I've got a gold chart. I don't know how good this is. I know the cost basis in gold is 36 in the 36 area. Right, you can clearly see there's a cost basis here. You with me? And the market is in a balance. From what I see, you got a bunch of liquidating inventory. It's in this area here. You there, Deuce? Do you have any questions? What I'd do if I were you, if you were trading gold, I would draw a balance here and trade it back and forth. You there? Hello. Okay, I guess he's gone. Back to Yeast. Yes. Guys, if you ask a question, let me know if you're online and you're listening. Otherwise, I try to answer the question and it's crickets. Is there usually a duration imbalance? It happens on every time frame. It happens on a 1 minute time frame. It's just accumulation and distribution. That's what it means. Hmm. Okie dokie. Let's see if we can hold yesterday's low. The trade I'm looking for is a break of yesterday's low. Next half hour bar opens up. Look at that. Straight bids at 74.22. Huh. This thing's really thin, eh? It's a really thin market. You know, it's like 20s and 10s at every tick. 20s and 30s, I should say. And it's moving pretty quick. The order book is jumping around. It's trying to be like NASDAQ. Which makes it kind of hard for scalping, right? Okay. Oh, let's see if we get back above 33. I don't like this market for a new trader. The margin of error with these candles is like they're pretty big, right? You can get into trouble really, really quickly, right? I mean, I had that one good trade, that 28 up. That was nice, but I don't want to push my luck. I want to wait till it kind of calms down a little bit, right? That's the good thing about it's a 23-hour market, right? I'm just typing this out. Now, it's even kind of hard to build a position in here, right? Because, I mean, if you're building a position, where are you buying them? Maybe here? You know, maybe be a buyer from 22 to 26 and use 20 as your out. And then as soon as it pops 28s, you're on the offer up to 32 and you trade it back and forth. But your execution has to be quick. You guys, you know, one thing is execution is just training yourself to be able to trade and use the software quickly. It's a physical skill and it can be taught and it can be mastered. Not everybody is a really fast trader. It is a skill that people have to work at, right? So don't be intimidated by fast markets, okay? Don't be intimidated by this. All this is you need to up your game. Still there? I'm kind of looking for some feedback. What are you guys doing? What are you thinking? What are you up to? I would draw those balance levels out there, Deuce. Sorry, this coffee's got some serious caffeine in it. Okay, there seems to be a bid at 28. There seems to be a 28 bid now. If we can hold that bid, we're going to go tag VWAP. That's what I would be looking for if I were you guys. Let's see, go to the micro, buy some 34s, sell them at 36. All right. You're buying the 34s, right? Because it's cleared that level, but you've got your offers out, right? Right. It's okay, Moran. Right. It's just practice. That's why we use chart replay, and that's why you speed it up 20 times when you're doing it. You know, those people who have done chart replay with me, you guys should still be doing this. You should be doing chart replay every night. Speed it up, slow it down. Speed it up, slow it down. Look at where the execution is. It'll pay off. Just keep doing it, Moran. I know it's difficult at times. It will pay off. Long 34 and 3/4. And I'm offered all the way up to 40. And if they don't take me, I got just one left here. Come on, 39. Nah, I'm out at 38 1/4. That's okay. All right. Why was I trading long? Remember I said, hey, there's a bid at 28? So we're working off that bid. Okay, you guys aren't going to understand this right now, but when you use the term working off a bid, you see there's a bid there and you see a little grouping of candles. That's a position. They're going to try and take that and sell it. So what I did was I just hitched a ride in the 34, 35s up to 37, 38. That's it. How do I overcome going through drawdowns? It's very simple. I do the same type of trading every day. I trade for income. So I'm never going for those $20,000, $300,000 days, right? I like to make a little bit of money. Some of my client accounts, it's a little bit different. So I have a 5-step process that I do every day. And it's very mechanical and it instills discipline. So my drawdowns are not large because what I do is the first trades I take of the day are with the micro to see whether I am actually going or not going, whether my brain is working. Some days you think you are really smart and every trade you take is wrong. When I trade with the micro, I'm down 20 or 30 bucks. I know I need to change something. So I rarely take large drawdowns. Also, all my trades are structural with their risk, which means I have a business reason for taking the trade, a business reason to be in the trade, and if that reason goes away, I'm gone. For example, if I was buying 74.28, my stop would be here at 26, and I would be looking to sell 31.32. So if I do get stopped out, if I'm buying 28 and somebody puts it for sale at 26, there is no good business reason for me to own the inventory up here. This way you alleviate large drawdowns. If you alleviate large drawdowns, right? Yeah, of course you can have a $500 drawdown with 5 to 10 minis. It happens, Grain Monk. It does happen, but it doesn't happen very often because I really, really wait for my trades. After 34 years, I have learned one thing. I'll sit and watch, like I was watching this liquidation, and a lot of people would say, oh, you missed the short, you missed the short, you missed the short. And I kind of sat around, sat on my ass for a while until I got that one trade right. I've learned that the hard way, right? I won't trade. Usually I trade 3 to 5 minis. 5 to 10s is if I'm really, really like on point. And after 34 years, you know when you can trade heavy and when you can't. A lot of times I can't. Like yesterday, there is no way in hell I would have traded 5 minis. Yesterday, I traded the micro because I sucked. I was horrible. So that's how you overcome drawdowns is by trying to save the money before you draw down. That's something that you guys don't really think of because none of you have ever worked in the business. That's how the business works. You see, you guys are under the impression that when you work at a brokerage firm, everyone's running around snorting cocaine and taking huge risk. That's just in those really shitty Hollywood movies. Real brokerage firms are a business. They are a multi-billion-dollar business. And risk management is the most important thing. You guys understand what I'm saying? Right? Just because you're trading with a lot of money doesn't mean you're running around taking huge risks. You will have drawdowns. The other thing, Prism, it took me years, right? It took me years to realize in retail trading It's okay to be wrong. And the faster you admit you're wrong and get out of bad trades and train yourself to physically react when trades start going badly instead of freezing, that helps you minimize your drawdown. You will go through drawdowns. I have gone through weeks where I trade like shit. So I just trade the micro, and if I realize that I'm not going to make money, I don't try and lie to myself and put on size. Because putting on size when you're trading like crap is not going to make you trade any better. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Yeah, aggressive seller, Jimmy. It's been like that all morning. Right? It's been boom, 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 back and forth, right? We got to be practical about this, Prism. All of these people who take our money and say that they're coaching us and they're doing psychotherapy on us and everything, we want to know what the hell do we do when we're in this street fight and somebody hits you in the face? Trading is like a street fight, right? It's like fighting. You have to train yourself, especially if you're going to trade RTH. Glowbacks, when it's nice and slow in the middle of the night, okay. But when the market opens, it's like sometimes it's a mad rush. And I'm telling you, as we get into the next half of this year, it's going to be a madhouse going into year end. Just prepare yourselves. That's what I'm focusing on teaching my traders: discipline, execution, and repetition. A time window, I would say, if you are not skilled at trading, do not trade the market open at 9:30 in the morning. Stay the hell away from it. That's when all the big alligators are at the watering hole and you are like a baby deer. You guys, you get the analogy? Do not trade the open, do not try and trade the close. That's when that's when the raptors are drinking water. Just stay away from that. It looks exciting, right? Wait until the pace of trading slows down. Do you see how big the candles are on the 1 minute chart? You could really use a 1 minute chart because when you see these big, huge candles on this 1 minute chart, you know that business is aggressive, it's fast. You can see the price jumping around, right? That kind of thing you want to avoid when you're starting. Don't worry, in time you will be able to trade this, right? In time you will be able to trade this. But just at the beginning, go back and try and trade stuff like this, right? These are some nice, beautiful trades here, here. Here's a nice long, here's a nice long. You might have to trade at night a little bit, but it'll be worth it. And if you're in the room tomorrow when we do our execution, hop on with me. We'll have a chat. I'll give you some exercises to do that will improve your execution. You have to actually do physical exercises to improve your execution, right? It's a skill. It's like any kind of skill, like even in a sport, learning how to skate, learning how to, you know, it's just a physical skill. And we just train you and you just keep practicing and it's repetition. It's like Michael Jordan doing the 1,000 free throws, right? That's all it is. There's no magic to it. I've never seen anybody sit down at a computer and execute. Exactly. It is like video game stuff because you have to understand how to use your software to input your orders quickly in a market that's fast, right? So unless you have an algo that's programmed, right? I don't know how to program an algo. I'm old, so I have to learn how to use the software, right? See, the thing, Tristan, is if your issue is waiting, that's good because we can fix that, right? So if your issue is you jump in too quick, we can fix that. Don't worry, right? Because you just don't understand why you're waiting. If you understood why you're waiting, you won't have trouble waiting. Knowledge in trading, like knowledge that is useful, practical knowledge in trading is worth more than any candle pattern, any software, just the practical knowledge of how the business works, right? If you understand that, then you'll understand why you're waiting for the trade. If you understand why you're waiting, then your brain's not going to get cross-wired, right? If you tell somebody to be patient and wait, it's going to drive them nuts. But if they know why they're waiting, then that's a different story. You took 2 micros at 22 and sold 25? Grain Monk, that's beautiful, man. 3 points on 2? That's beautiful. Because when you start doing that trade with the mini, 3 points on one contract's $150. Oh, yeah, you're okay. You're stopped out on the 1 micro. There's nothing wrong with that. Dude, that trade was your test trade, right? So it's okay to get stopped out. There's nothing wrong with getting stopped out. When you get stopped out, it tells you, did you trade too early? Did you miss something? Or was the order flow just not in your favor at that time? Right? Like you could be long 74.25 and somebody comes along and sells 5,000 contracts, right? That's why you have a stop, right? What is confirmation? The offer. For me, the offer is confirmation. Watch. Good question. See this red line? See how it came down to 74.23 and it started to lift? That's confirmation that the sellers have seen buyers and are raising price. Watch the red line go up and down. If the sellers see buyers, they will raise price over 26.5, and their market will start printing that 26.75, 27. But you can see that there is a seller here, and that seller has now moved down here, and now they're here. So if we can offer over there, the next area that they're going to hit is there, there, and there. That's why it's choppy here, because they're selling here. They stop selling here because they see bids. The bid's right here. Now, if those bids see size, they will drop down to here and then here. And all it is watching this and spending time observing. Right? You see how the offer has moved from there to there. The next candle is going to open in 42 seconds. And if the top of the next candle comes here, and then the next one here, and then the next one here, that means you have a trend of lowering price. But here you see we came down to that area of the bid. Boom. And they're going to sell into it right here. There you go. See? So if you're a fast trader, you can buy 23, flip it out at 26. But trading in one candle is hard. You know, being able to execute a trade in a 1 minute candle means you got to be quick. The good thing is you can practice. Now, if we hold 29, look for sellers up here at 31 and then here. And then if we put enough position together here, we'll take another run at the border. Right? And you guys have seen this who've been on stream. Position is here. Once we pick up all those liquidating contracts here, if we hold these lows, we'll go up here and to distribute. I've never used a tick chart. I've heard good things, but I've never, every time I go to set it up, I always get distracted or something, and I'm like, I was going to do tick charts today, and I go to set it up, and then I get distracted or somebody asks me to do something, and I completely forget. And then 6 months later, somebody will go, "Hey, do you use tick charts?" And I'm like, "Oh, damn, I was going to try that out." Oh, that's what we're seeing right now, Grain Monk, right? We're seeing that kind of order flow now because the business is getting a little, how do I say, it's a little snaky before a Fed meeting. Got a lot of earnings this week. We got the end of the month, and we got a Fed meeting. So we're getting big candles. The order book is thin. Size is moving price quite a bit, right? You come into this market and you show it some size, and zip, everybody runs away. Look at these candles. This is for me, and I'll be very honest with you guys. This is the market for me where I've learned once you make some money, take it and run. I don't I this is not a market that I want to stick around and keep trading because it's very easy to make mistakes and give back your entire day. I've seen it happen so many times with traders. They made like 4 or 5 grand in the morning, and then they just start getting tired and making bad decisions, and they just get greedy, and they start, boredom trading and just pushing it because they're like, oh, I made 5 grand today, right? And then at the end of the day they're down like 6 G's. It's brutal. Don't do that to yourself. Take your money and get out. If you're a professional, like if you're trading $1 million and you're listening to this, and you're consistently making 5, 15, 20 grand a day, I'm not speaking to you. I'm talking to the traders who are just starting to get, you know, they're just starting to make money. Don't screw it up, right? After a while, you'll be able to take trades later on during the day. You'll have stamina built up and you'll have skill. Yeah. Oh, and there's no such thing as house money. There's no such thing as house money. It's not a casino. Hey, Dougie. How you doing? I would be looking for a move up, Jacques. If we can hold yesterday's low, we got to take this inventory and sell it, right? So everything between 74.20 and 32, go take that and sell it between 39 and 50. That'll be nice. Yeah. If you can stop, that's good. DEK. You have to find what works for you. Not everybody trades the same, right? It takes time, man. It takes time. This business is not, it's not a business that you just enter and start making money, contrary to popular belief. Keep your head up, Indy. Don't worry. You'll get there. We all have the dark days in trading. We all have those days, man. We're like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I doing this? Nothing I did today works, right? Like, geez. So just hang in there. Alrighty. Yeah, there's that bit again. Same thing as what happened here. If that little bid holds, it's because they're buying here, they're selling here. If people keep coming in, we'll pop VWAP. Let's see what happens in the next minute here. Any questions? Yeah, just get the basics down with me and then you can improvise, It's like learning how to be a jazz sax player, right? I'll teach you how to do the scales. I'll teach you how to play the damn thing. And then once you get good at it, then you can start improvising, right? Everybody will trade different. Don't worry, Indy. We'll get you there. We'll get you there. Don't worry. Yeah, it's really weird. Nobody talks about inventory and nobody talks about cost bases, which are just what balance zones are, right? It's like how much did you pay for your stuff and what are you selling it at, right? So come and visit us at the Trading Syndicate. We will teach you how to do this. Here we go. I told you, right? This is the same thing. You see this? Zip, zip. If you guys are into patterns, that is a business pattern. This is the accumulation. This is the distribution. And if we got enough people short here, we're going to pop it and sell it up here. Because everyone's long, right? Everyone's net long. That's how the business works. Okay, my friends, have a good morning. Trade safe. Don't do anything crazy. Stay out of trouble. And if you do get into trouble, don't get caught. We have a free trial at Trading Syndicate. Come visit us. We'd be happy to help you earn a living in this crazy, crazy, whacked out business. Thanks, folks. Bye for now.